Hello, all of you vaingloriously wonderful people, and welcome to Cities Skylines II, the better late than never edition. Because it's been a minute since we've had some Cities Skylines on the channel. 2 weeks, I think so. Oh, I like that name, Edgewood. I want to go back to that. There we go. That's just a good name. It fits with the theme of a lot of my city names from the past, so I'm gonna go with it. And if you can't figure out what that theme is, well, I'm not going to tell you. I don't want that road. Go away. I know, because I've already built on this map once before. Not much. I did a stream just the other day, actually. And we wound up getting rid of that road pretty quick, so I know I don't want it. So, how are all of those squares 180 degrees? Will the real 180s please stand up? There's no way that all of that is really 180 degrees. Whatever. I'm gonna roll with it. I'm gonna do my best to not complain a lot, which is gonna be difficult because I am very unhappy with the state of Cities Skylines II. I really want to like the game. I really want to. I have been playing city builders since I was just a wee lad. I love city builders. There we go. We got that to line up. The grid drives me crazy in this game. Absolutely drives me mad. It is so broken, and you can't convince me that it's not broken. Like that there's not something just actually wrong. Because of the way it just breaks random things. It's broken. It's just all there is to it. It doesn't work. See? It's broken. That should not happen. There's no reason that should have happened. Those were and now it's just broken everything there. Like my whole road is just broken. I wonder if I can fix it. Let's see, like if I bring a path in and say, don't zone there, and don't zone there, and then get rid of the path, will that have fixed my zoning? Nope. So we're going to delete the whole thing we just built. Because, I mean, if you start off with it broken, it just gets, as soon as it breaks, it just starts getting worse and worse and worse and worse. So to start this early, with having grid issues, not exactly encouraging. So I'm going to try to get this in again. We got a good 90 there. So that's all good. Let's try to get a good 90 here. So maybe the secret is coming from that other side of the road and going through. That seems to be maybe what it is. Okay. I can do that. If that's the trick, I can live with it, and we'll see if I remember it or not. But like here, I want to bring in a little road for our electrical substation, but here I can't go to that side of the road. So what's this going to look like when I put it in? Probably. Oh, fine. Okay. All right. Okay. Well, that's progress of a sort. I'd really like that to line up a little bit better, so I really want to move this, like, just one more tile that direction. I'm probably asking for it, just pushing my luck here. So we went off of that one. Let's go off of this one. Okay, good. No broken zoning. Yeah, that's a little closer to where I want it. Oh, as a matter of fact, it'll just connect to those power lines for me. Cool. That's exactly what I want to have. And then we need some water. And I know, like I said, we did do a stream on the city. I kind of know where I want my water sources and all of that good stuff coming from. So we will throw our, other way around. That's where my poop pipe's going to go. Let's get rid of that. And I want my water pumping station up here. And then our sewage outlet just tucked right into this little corner, right like that. Excuse me, I have the hiccups. And then, why do I always get the hiccups when I play Cities Skylines? It's like a common running thing. So, complaint number the next. It's really difficult to tell unless you zoom in when the pipes are really connected or not. Like, from out here, it doesn't click in any differently when it connects. It doesn't make any different sound when it's going to be connected. So, it's just really not intuitive. Like, I don't think that's connected. That's definitely not connected. Whoops. Yep, underground mode isn't V and B anymore for reasons. I miss it being V and B. So see, like, that's jumping all around. Like, am I connecting to that? I don't know. I think you just kind of gotta come over here and see when it actually made the connection. And even then, I didn't connect to the end. I connected there. I don't know. I find that very odd. Like, very, very odd. But I'm going to live with it for now. I want to bring another... I probably just want to come straight off of this one. At a 90. Let's see how much of a train wreck this is going to become. Because I know I'm going to want to go that way eventually over to that other island. So let's just go ahead and get an road going that direction. I think I also want industry back here because of the direction the wind is blowing. I hate to put industry in such beautiful, like, land, because, I mean, that's gorgeous. But we could also do forestry right back here, you know, so it'll be near other industry. So that might help. But, you know, oceanfront property like that, man, that's rough putting industry there. What is that? Oh, it's one of those arrows again. I keep seeing them. I know they're the outside connections, but I keep seeing them, and I'm like, oh, what is that cool thing over there? No, it's just an arrow, Brandon. And that's all it will ever be. So I want this to snap to the side of the building, but I want it to come into this road at a 90. So I want to see about where that's going to be, and then bring it back over again. So right about there. And now I should be able to do that. And that guy thinks he's connected. So, you know, if he thinks he's connected, I'm happy with it. Though I could reposition it, but no, I can't, because look. Anyway, so that gets us our water and our sewage and our power taken care of. Let's do our best to make a bit of a grid here. And what I want to do is I want to leave some space between our collector and the backside of a residential neighborhood here. So I'm going to run that up that way. Oh, that worked beautifully. And then I'm going to come here and run this way. And I'm just going to go a pretty good distance. Wow, the grid's actually not breaking. I better not say anything too loud or it'll hear me. We're underground, and I'm just so used to seeing V's switching between those two in Cities Skylines 1 that I out of habit, it's what I do. So let's see. How big of a grid do we want here? I'm just going to come over here and kind of experiment a little bit. First of all, when I do the grid tool, I kind of wish that this had a little bit more control. Like if I had an option here to say 3x3 only, and it would always be a 3x3 no matter how big I made it. I think that'd be nice and would give me a bit more control over everything. And I think that would make the tool much, much more useful. So from one road to where it's going to be completely filled in is 104. Okay. So that is what I needed to know. I guess I could have just done that right here as well. But I want to get some decent block length. So double that would be 208. But I think that's going to be... Actually, no, this is going to be all suburban right here, but with some commercial maybe out on the main road. So yeah, let's go 208. And then do that one more time right here. And then on this one, I want to go up to a bigger road. So let's bring this one up. The 104 and bring this over here. I like using these little alleys for residential. When it's low density residential, I don't really see the need to have anything bigger. I've not had any traffic problems on them, so I'm just going to go with it. I'm sure somebody in the comments will tell me why I'm making the most grave mistake ever and how it's going to lead to the death of all my citizens, and puppies and kittens are going to be homeless and all kinds of horrible things. But for now, I'm running with it because it's been working for me. I have played quite a bit of Cities Skylines II. I mean, not as much as some. I have about 20 hours in, though. And I don't think that's an insignificant amount. I don't want this one to come all the way over, so I'm going to wait on that. Now, here is the tricky bit, because it's really hard to know where to snap this road, and I'm just scared that's going to break the grid, because I can't see if it's a 90 down here or not. It looks like it should be. Yeah, it broke the grid. Okay. I love that the street names are the same as they were in Cities Skylines II. So maybe if I turn guidelines on, it will actually help me in this regard. I don't know. I'm going to try that thing of coming from this other lane again. And then let's go to there, and nope. Why do you hate me, video game? Why? So let's go like right to the edge of this and try it this way. See, it wants to wiggle once it gets down there, so maybe we just turn them all on. And then that feels like that's locking into place there. Ah, haha, okay, good. I don't know why that worked, but it did. So I'm going to take it. I'm going to run this out to right here. Just because I don't want that coming all the way to there. That's going to be kind of a really short length. Yeah, I know we are like 13 minutes in and I've not zoned anything. I'm very sorry for that. I'm pretty sure I'm going to title this series Learning to Play Cities Skylines II. Because that's what's happening, you know, is I'm having to learn. I don't want to crosswalk. I'm having to really relearn everything. Am I going to be able to get a path here? I don't know. Off guidelines, turn off everything. Yeah, path here. I don't want to crosswalk. I just want that to go there. There we go. I think that's connected. You know, and I've been watching mainly City Planner Plays videos and some others. And one of the things that I'm frustrated by, and this is not any frustration directed at any of the content creators. Please understand, I'm not upset with anything they've done, but because Cities Skylines 2 is still so new, there is a ton of conflicting information out there. Oh, you want your city to do really well, right? You know, up front, do this. Very next video you watch. So you want your city to be really successful when you get started, and you want all your grids to work and nothing to break down, and for all the puppies and kittens to be happy and live forever. Don't do this, which is the thing, by the way, the first content creator said to do. Do this instead. You know, and it's like, okay, I've got people whose opinion I trust, giving me wildly conflicting information. So what is a boy to do? You know, it's a little frustrating, if we're being honest. It really is, and this is all going to be commercial. Going to leave a little bit of separation here, just so there's nothing right on that corner, and I can easily throw in a roundabout later if I want to. We'll make all of that commercial, and we'll let everybody start moving in, and whoever drives into the city first is going to be our first tracked citizen. So we're just going to watch for somebody to drive in, and I think I see him coming, as we've had some really weird graphical glitches while I was waiting. Who are you? You are a hatchback owned by the Dewey family, who lives, or is going to live, at 105 Meadow Lane and driven by Fiona Dewey. What a great name. And it says there's 3 passengers in there, so she's bringing in a fairly good household. So we are going to track Fiona, but I want to maybe No, let's just track Fiona. Why did... Okay, so I can't go back to where I just was. But I do want to see, you know, who else is here with her. So we've got Fiona, Alexis Dewey, who is an adult. Oh, awesome. We have a cute little lesbian couple for our first group, unless Alexis is a guy's name, but maybe I don't think so. And then they have Larry and Mary. Aw, are they twins? No, it's teen and child. Larry and Mary Dewey. Anyways, they are going to be the first residents. This is a feature that I think has a lot of potential. And I really hope... Actually, I do want to do something because there is like an achievement for tracking somebody through their entire life cycle. Oh, that's some fun things happening there. So we're going to track Larry as well. He's a child. He's 2 years old, apparently. But then again, his mom was just born in 2016. And also, there we go. Speaking of weird graphical glitches, I have no idea why everything just suddenly went really low res and why the game just jumped like that. That might have been autosave that caused the jump. But like, where'd all my textures go? This happens a lot when I'm playing. I've experimented with my graphics settings quite a bit, and like, if I zoom out, we'll see him kind of like start to come back in, and things will start to look better. And then zoom in, and sometimes it'll stay better, and then sometimes it'll just fall apart again. There, you can instantly see like it switched back to really low res. It seems like it should be the other way around. Out here should be lower res instead of... I mean, I can see more detail on this parking lot from up here than I can when I come down here. Of course, it's probably gonna make... Nope, there it goes. Yeah, see? That was far more detailed, and I could make out the arrows clear and everything from way up here once it loads. So yeah, look how crystal clear those are. Very clear. That's straight, or straight in and right, and that one's straight out. Come in, and they go blobby really fast, and I don't get it. I really don't get that at all. That one, I'm just like, huh? That makes zero sense to me. Why that would be, excuse me. Why that would be that way. Who knows? Who knows? I don't remember how far this needs to go. So from that lane to there, yeah, see, it doesn't let me draw to find out. Like if I go way out here, occasionally it'll tell me how long it is, but it won't let me just measure this. And I wish it would, so that I know how far I need to go. So instead, we're just gonna bring it out and then come across. I want this to go down to here, but I don't want to make a connection to our main road just yet. I want to continue having just a bit of separation. So then, oh, I see, the circles kind of inform me of the zoning. Okay, the circles inform me. I've just now picked up on that. I'm a little slow sometimes. You'll have to bear with me. So I would like this to really be lined up in the center of that road over there, but I don't know. I can get it. Cool. And I can break my zoning while doing it. Okay, come on. So where do I need to snap this for that to not happen? So 283. So now if I turn my guidelines off, come out 283. That's clearly way past where we just were. 204. I don't know where I was seeing 283. 204. 204 is totally what I meant to say a minute ago. I don't know where I got the other number from. So if I go like, it's 283 meters. Okay. But it's not. Why is this now suddenly saying that's 388 meters? What? And now it's just gone. You guys all saw that, right? Am I imagining? Okay, so if I just let this sit here for a minute, it was 204, 250. What? Whatever. I'm just gonna put it in and we're just going to pretend that it's fine. I am going to come down to this collector. Come on, zoning. Don't hate me. Don't be like this. Maybe if I leave the grid on, that'll help me. It doesn't let me get my roads exactly where I want them, but if it means I don't get broken grids, I'll live with it. We are going to do larger over here because we're eventually going to do heavier density over here as well. And there's going to be a lot of more commercial over here. So I think that's right. Yeah, a little bit of brokenness right there. And I'm not really sure why. I'm wondering if that will fix if I like come in and do something like this. No, it's just gonna stay broken. What if we then brought a road out that way? Yeah, that would fix it later. Okay, cool. Actually, no, I take that back. I know I just got done building all this. I kind of want this to be lower density as well. So we'll stick with this road. But we're going to go smaller here, which means the circle lines up in a different spot. Because it's a narrower road, and that makes sense. Cool, that works. I mean, that makes sense to me anyways. You know, it's a smaller road, so our little circle telling us, hey, this is where the road can go, is obviously going to be different. So I'm just going to run this out a little bit so that I can get a few more blocks in here, and then we'll just split the block up. Wherever. Actually, let's bring this one up. So 104, is that what we're doing? That is what we're doing. And then it's 408, so the 204, which there isn't one. I think it was 208 that we did a minute ago. Yeah, that lines up all right. I mean, it's not a perfect intersection, but I can live with it, having a little bit of a jog there. So then just bring this out a little bit more. I know we've got massive demand for a lot of things right now, and we'll get to it. We will get to it. So let's just bring this over, and let's go one more, and then we will make another connection here. And I know that this is now probably off as far as our spacing, but maybe not. Come on, snap to that, please. Just grab it. Grab it somewhere. I don't care where. I want to leave that guidelines off because it seems to be what's been causing the majority of our problems. And you can come over to there and join up right there. Awesome. And then we can just run our alley right through. I do like that feature a lot. I just wish it wouldn't break things as often. So we've got some medium density residential demand, and I know we've got some industrial as well. We'll get there. We're gonna do some industrial out there in just a moment. But first, we got to Tiny Village, which gives us healthcare, death care, and garbage. So I guess we will go ahead and go out here and start on industry, because that's also going to be the start of garbage. So let's expand this out just a wee bit further, like that. What's our topography out here look like? So this is really my only flat area right here. So let's bring a road in. Like right about there. And I think this area will be good for our landfill. Oh, I always forget how big these are. But that's okay. Actually, it's fine. Because what we can do is, I always mess up on the placement of this. Like, why can't I just drag that down there? Why do I have to move it and then I can get this one? It's weird. So we will just run this down here for now, and we'll expand it later if we need to, as my voice cracks. It was lovely, wasn't it? So there we go. That's not square, though. It looked like it was square, but it's not. I can't get it square. So we gotta move this one back just a skosh. I want it square. I like squares. And then we'll bring it up to this road as well. I mean, because that's what you want to see when you're driving by. But there's a fence, so it's okay. And how does that work with our topography? It's a little funky in some places, but I think we can live with it, and I'm pretty sure... Oh, I did not leave. I thought I had left just enough space. So that really needs to move over too. Can I move it? Yeah, I gotta redo the whole thing now. Okay, that's fine. It's alright. So, like, how do I get this corner back here so I can just drag that one straight down? This is the node I wanted. Oh, I mean, there's not a node there. It says dragged insert new node. That's what I wanted to do to begin with. So, like, why couldn't I just do that to begin with? There's a lot I don't understand about the game and some of its quirks. And that's what leads me to say, you know, some of it's broken there. If we need to do hazardous waste collection later, we can do so. So I left this road here on purpose as a slightly bigger road because that is where we're going to put our clinic. That will have enough room for the add-ons right in the back. So that's perfect. And that's all that we really need to worry about for the time being. But we are going to now come in and start getting some industrial demand met. And to do that, I'm going to run this on over so that we've got two connections coming through here. And then I'm going to bring this, try to keep this a decent distance away from town, but not so far that we can't get a bus out here, you know? So right there, sometimes the tools are really in the way of each other. I don't know if you've noticed that when you've played, or if you haven't played when you've just watched others play. Like, a lot of times these measurements are kind of just really in the way of each other, and it can be difficult to see what's what. Is that going to take care of all of our industrial demand? Maybe. We'll see. So let's let this fill in and see what our demand still looks like. And, wow, we have a whopping 139 people, 31 minutes into the recording. Though for you, it's not been quite that long. So let's see what we get. Well, that's an oddity that it chose to put that building there. I wonder if that is not connected to the grid or something. Like if I put a building there, granted we have no industrial demand, so it's not gonna really fill out. But like that corner did fine. You would think this one would have built up to the corner, but whatever. Yeah, that did take care of our demand. So I'm gonna come back over to here and just finish out a little bit of residential off of this street right here. Get us a couple more houses, and then we're gonna come back in and add a bit more commercial. And we're going to do a large commercial block right there. I'm fine with it being on the side road. That does not bother me in the least. And then I want to make sure that I'm leaving room behind the clinic. So how big was that? Just 3 tiles. So that's good. So I'm going to come back to those 3 tiles and then bring commercial in right about to there. And then right behind that, we are going to go ahead and do some of our medium density row housing. These will be slightly smaller row houses. They won't go as far back. But then here we're going to do a big chunk of them and hope that they fill in pretty quick so that I can finish here. Because if you don't do that, if you zone up against the road, what I've seen from several different and from my own experience, you get the row houses. Some of them will build in off of this road, some of them build off this road, and it just doesn't look right. Row houses are meant to be all in a row, not at 90-degree angles to each other. So like right here, I can go ahead and safely put that one in. That one's good because it has started building that one there, so it can now only build one there. But I can't fill this in yet, even though this built in, because I could then maybe have a bunch go that way. So we just want to wait for those edges to get filled in. But we still have a lot of lower density demand. And that's going to happen after we do just another little row of commercial. These are going to just be like neighborhood shops. Because we do have some density here. I think it'll be good to have that. And then we're going to come in through here. This is all not going to be low density. This is all going to be low density. Yeah. I want to save this for some of our other medium density demand that we're going to have probably fairly soon. So I can bring in some more medium there, even though we don't really have the demand for it. And yeah, I know I've got the game running on its slowest speed, intentional. And then I want the cemetery kind of like right here. I think that's going to be a nice, picturesque place for a cemetery. I mean, why have it just buried in the middle of town? And you know, hidden? Why not make it somewhere nice to go when you go to pay your respects to your loved ones who have gone on before you? You know, I think it's a nice thing. I'm going to flatten this out a bit, and then we will smooth out the edges after the fact. But I want to give it a nice flat pad to sit on here. That might have been a little too big, but it's okay. So we'll just get that. I can't line it up perfectly with the center of this road, I don't think. Maybe if I turn all snapping off. Oh, that makes it, okay. Snap to the sides of the road, but that's my only option, to snap to the sides of the road. Okay, never mind then. So we'll just have it not be perfect and be okay with that. So then I just want to come in here and with my smooth tool. I will say this, the train tools in Cities Skylines 2 function so much better than the ones in Cities Skylines 1. Like, this is how it should have always worked. It's so much better in every way. I am very pleased with the train tools. Like, I can go through here and bring this brush size way down. And I'm kind of okay with there being a little bit of a cliff here, but I would like to soften it out and bring this back kind of up to the edge a little bit, and then feather this off so that we don't have a cliff, on multiple sides. There's no reason to. We've got the space to work with here. We probably won't put anything else out this direction. So then on this side, we can bring our brush size up a little bit because we have just more space to work with. But keep that strength down so that we're not making huge changes. And I think that looks fine. It doesn't look like we really did all that much. And I think that's a fantastic place for cemetery. I think it looks I do. I think it looks fantastic. So what I'm going to do is skip ahead till some of this is filled in, or until we reach our next milestone, whichever happens first. I'll try to get us a view. Okay, that's already all built in, so we don't really need to watch that. We'll get us a view right here and let this run for just a few minutes. And I see something I did wrong. Or wait, no, that's not medium density. Never mind. I thought these were the medium density row houses. I was about to say, nope, that's not what I want. But it's not. This is low density. I wish it would tell me, like right there. Because the greens can be a bit difficult to differentiate between after they start building. Just can get a little confusing. But we do have our demand coming back up. We're almost to our next milestone. And things are looking all right. We'll get there. I have no doubt. There we go. Small village. I have no doubt that we'll get there with Cities Skylines. So we can now change. We can get a loan, which I'm not going to take a loan. Taxation, and now we have our different densities, and we have education, which I want to get started on education pretty doggone quick. That's kind of what some of this space has been reserved for. Another thing I like, see that shadow? There's a rain cloud right there casting that shadow. I like that. That's a nice touch. It is. I'm not going to play with day-night mode just because for those of you watching on mobile, the darkness is a bit much. It just is. And I'm aware of that. I try to avoid nighttime in all the games that I play, honestly, for those reasons. So we also have... Oh, no, I thought we got police at that. So we just have education. And I want to go ahead and at least get our elementary school in. And I want to bring that in kind of over here off this neighborhood, but I don't want it sitting right on our main road here. I think I want to just bring a road in that runs up the front of it off of that right there. And for that, I think the alleyway will be perfect. So we're just going to bring the alley back and straight across like that. We might put a little roundabout on the end of it. We'll look and see. What I want to make sure is that we have enough room for the playground. Yeah, and that's going to be right there, right up against the edge. We could put it that side towards the cemetery, or we could even put it around back. But I think I kind of like it up this way. There is a fence to protect the kitties. I don't know. The elementary school near where I used to live in Missouri had the playground right next to the road. Okay, I can't put a roundabout there, so whatever. I was hoping to be able to let them just turn around. I could just connect that right there, though, and just let that be. Actually, do I have one-way alleys? One lane, one-way road. Yeah, it's basically a one-way alley. So let's do that. Ooh. It does not want to stay where I have it, though. Like that one, not a big deal. This one, okay, so we're not going to do that then. We're just going to run it straight through then, as just an alley. I don't know what are you snapping to there, friend? Stop it. I don't know what all that was just then. It was trying to come off of something somewhere. I don't know what it was. Cool. So that gets us our elementary school, and then I want to come over here for our high school. This is kind of what I was saving this area for. I think it'd be cool to have that stadium kind of out here by the water. I think it'll look good. So I kind of want to do the same general idea, but I think this time I'll pay attention to the fact that our one-way roads are going to be contrary. For this, let's just bring this off this way and see if I can't get in the middle here. And pray this doesn't cause me to want to rip my hair out because it's going to break a grid or something. I shouldn't say things out loud. I don't really believe in a jinx, but that's even worse. Alright, so what do I need to do then that will make this work? Snap to zone grid, maybe? Get rid of that. Coming to 90. Oh, it's not that. Again, maybe it's just because I'm changing the road size. Like, what if I offset it and do this? It's because, yeah, okay. So that gap at the beginning was because it doesn't know what to do with changing the road size. Okay, I'm all right with the slightly weird gap. I can live with it. So we're going to bring this just straight across over here. Maybe. I mean, I'm not going to zone anything there, but it still drives me batty that it does that. So let's turn all these back on and then right back off, apparently. Turn off just the one that everybody says causes problems. There we go. Much better. And then we're going to get a high school in as well. And I want that fairly centered there. And then we will eventually add the stadium, but right now, this thing costs $15,000 a month, and we're losing a bit of money. I do want to bump taxes up just a smidge, like 12%. I don't think we'll get people complaining too much. And then this should, yeah, get us some people educated. I want to look at citizen wealth and see how they're doing. And for the most part, our citizens aren't very wealthy. We have some that are, but okay, so these orange houses, I would think, based on that, they wouldn't be wealthy. Okay, yeah, that's comfortable. So when they get a little yellow, it starts becoming wealthy. And then bright green is also just wealthy. But these guys are wretched. And yeah, that matches. That checks out. And these guys are just poor. So, okay. So, for some reason, yellow and orange are the same as green. Just different levels of wealthy? I don't know. I have no idea. But the education should help in all of those regards. Not going to do the college just yet, but soon. We will be putting the college in very soon. and probably university not too long after that. But for now, I just want to get us to where we can get some fire protection and some police protection. I know we don't need them right now because there's no demand, since they don't exist. But I want to get to that point before we wrap up today. So I'm once again going to let the game kind of probably zoom by, but not before we add in some more zoning. And here I want to do our... You know what? We may switch to European just for a little variety here. And then I want these to be small. I don't want to get really tall buildings. Yeah, that's about as big as I'm comfortable with. And we can see that a 3x3 is the size of building that we got there. So I'm going to do a bunch of 3x3s down a huge chunk of this. I'm going to stop... I'll do a 3x4 there. I want to place for a path to come through, and then it doesn't want to zone because we've met all that demand. And then we are going to have some commercial alongside this collector here. Get that going. We do have industrial demand occasionally popping up, but then it immediately turns around and goes away. But we are almost to our next progression milestone, which that's what I've been saving this little spot here for, is police and fire coverage. So let's get to that, which should be any second. We should just, like, our next bit of XP should get us there. And there it is. Large village, which gives us livestock and a lot of other things. And we are going to start some of these industries probably pretty soon, probably in the next video. Hopefully, if I remember. But before I get there, I want to come into here and get in, first of all, the police station, because I know it's the larger of the two. Let's bring it in like there and then see what its upgrades are. Okay, it's an in-place upgrade or in footprint upgrade. And then I want to bring the firehouse off that road as well. And everybody absolutely loves that. And that one, too, stays in the footprint of the building. And that's just going to be kind of a city services corridor. And that's all that's going to go in that section. We may get like a taxi depot in here in the future. Or possibly just some parks once we unlock that. But I do want to investigate our development points to see where we want to go next. I think college is worth spending some on. We don't have parks yet. That's not to Grand Village. I don't think we need to worry about anything here or even here. We can start thinking about getting towards geothermal eventually. But I don't think that's something we want to do yet. And I don't want road services yet. It just costs a lot of money. And at this point, we don't have a whole lot of traffic. Therefore, we're not going to have a whole lot of traffic accidents. So I'm kind of okay with that. I wanted to see, yeah, we've got space for the geothermal plant right back here, or we could even do it up here, which that's probably the better play, is to get it up there since there's already power lines up there. So we're looking pretty good. I'm happy with how the city's coming together so far, but we do, in our next video, need to start expanding quickly so that we can get a tax base in here and start making some money. But I'm happy with where we have it for now. So I haven't mastered the new cinematic camera yet, so we'll just have to kind of use our imaginations. There you go, quick city tour. Whew, done. There's not a lot to look at. We haven't done a whole lot. We've got our low density transitions, medium density. I want to get some higher density, though not super tall, out there on the coast, but I'm thinking over down that way we're going to have some really good density. I do have plans. I have an idea in my head of where I want this all to go, but it's going to all have to wait. Whoops. So before I wrap it up, and I should have said this at the beginning of the video, but I welcome feedback, criticism, and all of that. If you're going to criticize, please constructively. Don't just hate on me. Ignore that. But, if there's something I have, complained about and it's just me not understanding something and it's been clear, by all means, let me know. I am more than happy to take that feedback and try to action that and get better at what I'm doing so I can bring you more enjoyable videos. So please let me know if there's something that is just painfully obvious that I have missed. We are going to lose a building right here because I want to path through here. And just generally feedback on how the city's going. But if tips, tricks, anything that you know that I don't about the game, I want to hear it. I welcome it. And we will learn how to play this game and master it to the point we were with Cities Skylines, the original. But until next time, I'm Brandon, reminding you to stay vainglorious.